Hello and welcome to Team 2305's Sprint 3 demo. We are working on AudioT's chicken welfare dashboard. And we will start on our home screen. We did not work on this sprint, but it is where farmers will be starting, so it's where we decided to start here. One of the things we finished from Sprint 2 that was pushed back was like health by house and creating like health scores. As you can see here, it's 4 houses and 4 scores for each house, along with the factors that played into that. So that was something that was pushed back from Sprint 2 to Sprint 3 that was completed during Sprint 3. And now we move into some of the Sprint 3 tickets. The first of which was farmers being able to view leg health component scores spatially for the entire house. And so this kind of gives farmers the ability to do that, as well as a time scale. So as you can see for this date, 04/23, 2022, there are 16 microphones set up spatially throughout the house, set up in 4 quadrants. Every 4 microphones is a quadrant. And then every one of these is an hour of distress counts. And so hour 0, 1, 2, 3, you can see like something happened during hour 2, something happened during hour 4 that changed it. Usually during like around this time, 8 and 9, the lights come on in the house. And you can kind of see, farmers can see how things are working spatially in the house. They can see if something happened differently in a different quadrant of the house at a certain time, and also look at a whole day's view of the different distress counts for the chickens. And we also are letting them view their like general activity through chirp count, because chickens chirping is a good factor in chirp count, or in activity level. And so we looked at chirp count for each of the 4 houses set up here, and as well as for each microphone within the houses set up. And then a comparison that we'd fixed from Sprint 2 that allows us to view the different part or different factors involved with different things. And we still have some color issues to work on here, but as you can see, we can kind of isolate specific values and select certain things to be viewed. Trying to find a good example. There's a good example. So we need to work on colors and making sure we have colors that are all visible, but you can see different chirp count comparisons across a house here throughout the day, similar to the spatial view, just over time and chirp count. Another large part of the sprint was feed overview. So we have a feed overview page that shows the feed consumed and adjusted feed consumed by date for the house. So house 1, house 2, house 3, and house 4, they all kind of spiked around May 22nd for some reason. But this kind of helps the farmer know if there's something wrong with the food supply. And we also worked a little bit on water consumption and water data. So we have average house water consumption for the different houses. We can change. You also have nipple strike data, which is the number of times the chickens are trying to get water in a house. So if we go to TFR 0, you can see it's got a big spike here. That's a huge outlier compared to like some of these other houses where it's all one even value. We have a similar thing to the vocal, but with nipple strike counts, where you can view different parts of the house. And that is the main part of what we were able to accomplish here. We also added some color scales and the beginnings of our UI updates to this. So as you can see here, like we're starting to add in factors that are color coded. So green means good, red means not as good or bad, and then yellow is somewhere in the middle. And that concludes Sprint 3. We did have to push a few more things back due to some outside factors, but they will be reassigned to different members of the team and completed early in Sprint 4. And thank you.